Hello everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. So today, we have a Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 2 tournament winner bracket round 1 match between Jasnix and Pacmanpowerghost. So today, on commentary, we will have Your Average Link and Firework Spinner, and on tracking, we will have G-Dude and Da Lucifer. So thanks everyone, and have a great race.
Thank you for the introduction, Alka. And yeah, we have a very interesting race today. We have Jasnix versus Pacmanpowerghost. And we are doing empty, unrequired dungeons off today, meaning that any dungeon could have a required item. These seeds can definitely get very interesting. Looks like our runners are just about ready to start. We'll be getting our first checks in. Jasnix having a little bit of a late start. New deal, but is it? It could be. We could have any required items. Also, welcome on in, Your Average Link.
Yeah, I momentarily forgot that I made myself available for this.
Oh yeah, what are our dungeon predictions? I want to see Skyview, Sandship, and
I want to see
Fire Sanctuary.
Fire Sanctuary, and I want
Skyview,
to see...
LMF, Fire Sanctuary. I got 2 out of 3. Let's go.
Okay, well I got 2 out of 3 as well. Now we just need Ember Tablet. Please. Okay, I can't quite see. Ah, darn! It doesn't look like Amber Tablet.
I think it might be Elden.
I think it's Elden by process of elimination, but
yep, it's definitely Ruby Tablet. I think we would have seen it on pack screen. Sweet, I got my points. And we have C chart first. One of the first checks. Oh, well, you love to see that. You
That's
love to see
actually
that.
useful. Forgot. Well, the working theory is that you won the bet.
Yeah, it's not actually laid eyes upon. Confirmed yet, but
the seed was actually 0 tablet start, and nobody noticed. Please don't do that outside of Graphologic. It will not.
Yeah, we likely would have seen it by now if it was Farron.
Right, and now we're in suspense. Jasnix not making a Bitmagic file.
And there is the Ruby. There is the Ruby tablet.
I don't really agree with Jasnix skipping the Bitmagic file in EUD off. Plus,
yeah,
you have
Bitmagic file.
You have Fire Sanctuary, Skyview. Bound to save you a little time.
When I was curious as to what Pac-Man did, he created a Bitmagic file which will allow him to access more places and back in time a little more quickly.
The idea is that on Skyloft in Rando, you have flags such as the Upper and Lower Academy gates being open, and Batro's house being open, all that stuff by default. And so if you select that file and back in time, and you perform an environment change like bonking a tree usually, you will load those flags in, and it's very convenient.
So both of our runners now have Slingshot, so
early Slingshot, early Hash Browns.
Yep. So I wonder if we're going to see an early Beetle dip from any of these runners, even though they don't have enough money to buy anything, just to check.
I probably would just wait.
I mean, I'm always a fan of an early Beetle dip when you have the projectile for it.
Sad we haven't seen an early surface dip because Jim showed off in like his recent match.
Ooh, yeah, Bellows.
Jim showed off that during the Dig Spot RBM, you can scout out what Rina's item here is. You just talk to her in bit. As long as you don't RBM the item, it's legal.
And Jasnix has Bellows.
So 3D EUD off means that there are 3 required dungeons in this seed: Skyview, LMF, and Fire Sanctuary. You have to complete those dungeons to beat the game, and in these settings they actually have like progressive swords at the end, so you get Master Sword just by beating your dungeons. And EUD off stands for Empty Unrequired Dungeons Off, which means that the remaining dungeons can actually have stuff. Unlike in all the rest of our settings, it's like Wind Waker, where the unrequired dungeons don't have anything. But in this one, they can have stuff. So, for example, the sea chart that they got means that Sandship...
And Beetle selling his own Beetle for 50 rupees. You love to see it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you love to see that.
Better there than for 300, or for the, or even worse, for the third 100 rupee.
And there's Amber Tablet.
Alright. Well, we could see a very out of logic early dip into linear mining facility.
Yeah, we could.
But you can only get one check reasonably in there. Like, you can technically get, like, at least 3 or 4 or 5 more. But it requires you do ridiculous things like...
Bellows was on Rena's crystals.
Yeah.
We got vanilla gratitude crystals on Beetle.
Beat the game. We'll need the Emerald Tablet to, you know, like, actually access the end of the game. We'll need the Harp to raise the Gate of Time. And the Master Sword to activate the Gate of Time. Now, in these settings, there's a setting known as Sword Dungeon Reward, which means that the end of dungeon checks for the required dungeons, like Ruby Tablet, Goddess Harp, and Din's Flame, will have a sword at the end.
Yeah,
since they start with Goddess Sword, that means they'll get Master Sword for free just by beating their dungeons.
Is that a custom texture on Jasnix, or did he find Longsword?
That's a custom texture. It's really misleading. I hate it. Jasnix, why do you do this? But,
yeah, so in theory, our runners don't need any swords out in the seed, because they have enough to get Master Sword to complete their required dungeons.
There has been an EUD off seed before where you had to both beat a dungeon and find a spare sword to get something on the Din's power check. Also, fun fact, I mean, well, it sounds... Okay. Alright, I'm sorry I made that really awkward, but fun fact, Sword Reward is actually a setting that I put into the randos, so, I don't know. It's the first one that I did, so I feel kind of nostalgic, even though it's really simple.
It's really simple, he says, when a lot of us probably couldn't even think about even how to do that.
Well, no, it's like a few lines. Like, if you... Honestly, you could probably look at the rest of the rando code and do it yourself if you know, like, the rudimentary basics of how to program. But anyway, enough about me. It's the best feature? I don't know about that. I honestly sometimes don't like the idea of Sword Reward because then Sword Hearts are gone, and even though they can be annoying, it's part of the reason why I like the Triforce shuffle. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, maybe Triforce Reward will be next. And we can bring back the Sword Hunt.
The problem with Triforce Reward is that there's always 3 Triforces, but there's not necessarily 3 dungeons.
True.
Like, for Sword Reward, I made it so if there are more than 4 dungeons, only 4 of them will have a sword. Because otherwise you can soft lock. Anyway. Onto the Sky Vanilla Heart piece.
Nice Vanilla Heart piece. And some interesting camera
nice camera.
What was that camera?
Horde Colossus Beetle was...
Beetle 50.
Yeah.
Beetle sold his own Beetle. Which you love to see happen.
This is an interesting Sky fly-through order. Unless I, like, completely missed Jasnix doing Volcanic Island hint. Not necessarily Beetle, but it could be Emerald Tablet.
Nice. going over the loading zone there.
One time I clipped through the entire
What did that say?
Bamboo Island.
Volcano Path to Moldarak?
And Gorko's dead.
So I can imagine that Jasnix will probably go to Elden right away, having that knowledge. That probably means that there is a beetle.
Well, I mean, not necessarily a beetle. In fact, 9 times out of 10, well, I mean, more accurately, 2 times out of 8 or something like that. You don't actually need a beetle to beat Skyview. There are only like 2 hard beetle lock checks. Since they have Slingshot, they can do a lot of stuff in Skyview. But the most common one is a combination of scale and mitts, because if there's any type of key, small or boss, then you logically need scale and mitts. And Jasnix going directly for Dig Spot RBM. We love to see.
Very nice. Raid would be proud.
Yeah, it's 90%. I'm 90% sure it's Emerald Tablet.
We also have the Path to Moldarak too, which could be mitts. It could also be bombs.
It's most likely a beetle though, because there are 2 of them.
Not mitts. Yeah. Beetle.
Yeah, Dig Spot RBM is a good call. You get 1 extra item. Nice heart.
He already got Rina, so he can't scout Rina, sadly. Yeah. I'll be honest, I kind of knew that you could scout Rina, I just thought that wasn't... I for some reason thought that was against the rules.
No, as long as you don't RBM the item, it's fine.
And we have bottle. A required bottle.
Well, not necessarily. That might not be...
1 of 5 bottles that could be required.
Oh yeah, Fire Sanctuary. I mean, that is not bad, but at the same time, now you have things like Kina and Fledge.
I mean, yeah, it always is a little bothersome finding a bottle right when you get to Elden because of Kina. Because usually what a lot of runners will do, they'll set up Kina.
But Jasnix at least has the benefit of not having mitts. Kind of weird to call it a benefit, but it means that he has a reason to come back to Magma Turf anyway.
Yeah, true.
No eggs.
Yes, we love a good Tones game over music. And there's Beetle 1.
More than likely the Path to Moldarak. Can't quite see what the item on... Okay, it looks like a pouch.
I didn't get a good enough view on that.
I'm pretty sure it was a pouch.
And Peck also getting his bottle from Dig Spot RBM. My question is now where is Emerald Tablet?
Probably one of the other Elden checks. We only have 1 left.
I want to say it could be Dig Spot. I want to say it's Dignimus locked.
Well, yeah, we've got 4 things that are Digimits locked potentially, and 1 that Digimits lets you access.
Or someone in chat suggested, as Shadu suggested, it could be, crystals could be the path, and Emmy's on Betrow.
Maybe.
Which honestly I would love to see, because I love watching Chaotic Seeds.
Oh,
and we have Bomb Bag.
That's 1 more thing we can get in Elden.
That's a pretty good find.
And a hint. I guess it's also mildly punishing him for doing Dig Spot RBM right away. Because in my opinion, Dig Spot RBM shines brightest when you have bombs and not mitts. you can just RBM scum the hint.
Yeah.
Can also access Earth Temple now. Although you can't do anything. Wait, no, there are a few things. Yeah, actually you can do a lot in Earth Temple, like everything.
Yeah, you're only missing one check in Earth Temple.
This ballad. I think logically you can't get to the boss key chest yet because you need Hook Beetle or Digging Mitts, but also yeah, it also means we'll not be seeing Early Thunderhead out. Unless he just wants to do it for anyway.
Yeah, we could see Early Thunderhead here.
This is a tough spot. But it's good for Pac-Man. Depending on where things like if Earth Temple is not required and Jasnix goes in, but Pac-Man skips it, that's good time save that he needs. Or on the contrary, if Earth Temple is required and Jasnix skips it to go to Lanayru instead.
Thus, if Earth Temple is not required and both runners do it, then chat wins.
Oh, there's the other beetle.
Alrighty, so that satisfies both of our paths.
You can do LMF. You can do LMF now too. You can full clear.
Yeah, you can.
Imagine that's the path to G1 because Emerald Tablet's actually an LMF.
If Emerald Tablet is an LMF, that's gonna be.
Yeah, now that beetle is a good saving grace for Jasnix because now there's an objectively better decision. Do LMF rather than Earth Temple.
Yeah, so likely Jasnix is likely gonna go to Earth Temple and get the hints.
Fun fact,
and then probably leave.
LMF is, considering dungeon items, the most dense dungeon because it has 13 checks, 1 map, 1 small key, and 1 boss key. So, oh, and there's Central Skyloft and LMF. Alright, well, there's your answer.
Alright, looks like he did save Skim the hint and is not gonna go and check the other hint stone.
You can't.
And then again, I don't see no reason.
You can't. You don't have
no Mets. No Mets. I forgot Mets are required for that hint stone.
So if you did Elden Out of Bounds and you ran all the way down the volcano and then all the way back up, you could get the hint without Mitts.
Well, also you could also do like the Lanayru Trial RBM.
Yeah.
Or like us, yeah. I think it's the same flag, right?
I believe so. I just remember at first I misread the flag sheet and I thought it was really easy, but no. That's why I really
none of our runners got circles. The seed is now invalid.
Also, Jasnix's personal tracker has him with longsword, but it doesn't look like he has it. Oh, never mind. Amber Tablet is in Village, and Bow is on 3 Eyes. Alright, well, the dream is still alive. There could be Baby Rattle, or more likely Claw Shots in LMF. Alright, what was that? Oh, Amber Tablet. Oh my god. Never mind. I thought that said Emerald. Night, right. Okay, yeah, so that's something we already knew. Claw shots aren't even a hard requirement for Fire Sanctuary, depending on boss key. The only time they're hard required is if the key was on the staircase chest.
Claw shots are technically required to get into Fire Sanctuary.
But you can RBM past that.
True. But it's a pain.
That RBM is actually not bad. Like the second frog, it's just like, you bit save a file with Practice Sword. And you run into the Sheikah Stone trigger.
Oh yeah, that one's not bad. I got the first and second confused. Wonder when we're gonna see our first dip to Betro.
The other hint was Central Skyloft Sots. Which was probably Gus Bellows. I doubt anyone wants to go to Patrol yet. There's Leneru, and more specifically LF screaming at you. Also, I just realized, now I have to be mad at Jasnix because he did Thunderhead in this order. Wait, no, did he already do East Island? I guess so.
Yeah, he already did East Island.
Okay.
True, Fire Note is also in logic. Like, right now the play is definitely go to Leneru. Yeah, you can literally full clear desert right now.
Well, not the platforms near.
Yeah, except for claw shots, yeah. Unless claw shots are in Leneru or mines.
Platforms near Fire and Lightning Node, and honestly, the
Sky Path to Giram too.
Wait, how did neither of these runners get this hint yet?
None of them had the bottle, and none of them went to Leneru. Makes sense.
Well, I mean, but you usually just get this in your Skyleap anyway. Well, it didn't hurt them, but...
So, we might see that here.
Yeah, very well, might. Or Dodo.
It's not here, it's Dodo or Spiral Charge. Or Kina.
Or Kina, yeah.
Let's see here, G2, that could be Fire Shield Earrings, like most likely Mitts, though. Or Claw Shots.
If it is Kina, well, we have to realize that 2 of the checks in the sky are bottle locked, and the only bottle we know of is Mitts locked.
And we got Collins Litter on Orioles Crystals. Very nice.
Well, not
love
nice in
getting
the
a-
fact that you don't get instant gratification.
Yeah. You love getting a side quest item from a side quest. I think Jasnix is going to turn in that letter later and just go straight to Leneru, which I think is definitely the right play.
Yeah.
And it looks like Pac was going to redeem Pero and probably also return that letter. Maybe also potentially start
I don't know if
Fledge?
returning letter right now. No, that's like... Fledge especially is not a good idea because the bottle's
Fair.
not in logic yet.
True, very true. I mean, then all this is out of logic still.
2 sets of vanilla crystals.
Oh, baby. It looks like he is going to go return the letter.
Oh boy. Do your dungeon, please. This can wait. Especially if until you get a second bottle, or claw shots, or harp. You don't really want to do Academy just for this.
I mean, I've seen it pay off. Where soloing Colin's letter is
Maybe, but like
really good.
the only thing that really you could get that really pays you off immediately is like claw shots.
True. That could be true. If since Jasnix is going LMF most likely.
I mean, Whip would save you a little time, but it's not required.
I mean, Whip could still be for Sansi, maybe.
To be fair, or Sandship, or
Or
Sister.
Sandship, yeah.
A lot more stuff that Whip does here than any other situation.
Ooh, a nice unbuffered break slide.
It's always one of those nicer little small optimizations.
And
What did
Pipit's crystals not paying off, rewarding a golden skull.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, to be fair, Pac-Man does know he has to do unorthodox things, likely in this matchup. After all, Jasnix is using a tracker this time, so, you know, we're not going to have a repeat of what happened that other UD off race.
Always love that freeze frame when an enemy is right about to hit you.
Except, of course, whenever you want freeze frames, like, I don't know, you want a bomb to blow up while you're in a cutscene of like opening a chest. They don't, so the bomb blows up and does nothing.
I just realized if Sandship is Sots, then Beetle is required for Skyview. His bow's on 3 eyes.
Well, yeah, but there could also just be that one item in Sandship, the combo lock.
True.
And if it weren't banned, there's a recently discovered tech where you can RBM flags that appear in the Skyloft trial. One of which lets you free the time shift stone without the bow. Problem is that you can't reach it without Tough Beetle or Quick Beetle. Also, yeah, it's worth noting, Cistern, I was talking about how LMF had 10 non-dungeon item checks, which is like the best among all the dungeons. Cistern is the worst. It has 5. There are 9 checks. 1 is a map, 2 are small keys, and 1 is a boss key. That's 5 useful checks, of which 2 are locked behind beating the boss. Nobody wants to do that.
And that's why Key Sanity is the best settings.
I'll have to disagree.
I disagree with that too. I just said it for the meme. Yes, very nice Groose music on Scrapper. So the more that Pac puts off going to Lanayru at this point, the worse it's gonna get.
So far as we know. I mean, what if LMF is actually a huge debate somehow? I doubt it, but, you know.
Yeah, Pac-Man finally going to Lanayru. So far, Lanayru has not really been interesting. Nothing really of note other than Fair's Courage and some gratitude crystals. And now we have all the money we need to fully do Beetle. I believe Beetle 300 was dead. Yes, whenever there is a rando race on ZSR, chat always wins. And more gratitude crystals. We're likely going to see both runners full clear fire node, as it's not very often you have Hook Beetle on your first trip in Lanayru. There's an extra 2 checks that you don't really see this early on in the seed. Oh, Jasnix getting the cursed medal. And harp, so I mean, I'd say that's a worthy trade-off. You get a cursed medal, but then you get the harp. I guess it's good that it happened now and not in Summit. Yes, this is definitely a blurst node right here. It looks like Jasnix is gonna go to the secret passage. Right now, Pac's kind of just following in Jasnix's footsteps. So we're likely not going to see many new checks from Pac's side for a little while. Unless he rushes LMF. Which honestly would be my action if I was in Pac's shoes right now. Yeah, no Harp Casino today. Honestly, I want to see like Fire Shield Earring Casino or Emerald Tablet Casino.
I take it there was Harp and Fire node.
There was Harp and Fire node right next to Cursed Metal. Yeah, other than Harp, nothing really of note so far in Lanayru. Except for some more crystals. And looks like Jasnix is gonna be entering LMF, maybe? Nope, he's going to Lightning Node.
Yeah, that's fair. If you end up finishing LMF, you get spat out at Temple of Time. So
True.
Don't really want
Don't want to leave anything left behind. And more money that Jasnix cannot hold. Now that Peck's at 25 crystals, I wonder if he is... that 30 is well in logic now.
Yeah, I do remember in my match with Lepe, he apparently clipped through the rocks. I think I remember seeing from like a clip on Flowhouse channel at some point. That would be a cool way to get stuff out of logic, but I think you can only get the 2 chests there. You'd have to try really hard to get that clip on purpose.
It looks like Lightning Node is barren.
It's not a heart container. Amazing. That chest just loves to have a health refill. Oh, and...
oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
Well, I hope he has a backup recording.
I'm sure of it.
Can we get a not like this in chat?
Meanwhile, Jasnix getting into an area.
Oh, and we're back.
Pac-Man's flying out.
I mean, makes sense.
Well, I get the
Maybe he wants to turn in Dodo right away.
I get like the idea of like maybe not wanting to do LMF to anti-Jasnix this, but I feel like if it's Sots, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Especially since, you know, combined with the... what's it called? What is it combined with? Why am I blanking? Combined with the, Beetles being path G1 likely path G1.
And Dodo not paying off in the slightest.
It'd be funny if there was a world where water scale is in Sandship, and that's why Beetle, or well, I guess the problem is the Beetles. They're interchangeable.
True, that does mean that Kina or Spiral Charge Rocks are Sots. Yeah, it could be Sots Crystals. We haven't seen a lot of crystal packs here lately. I noticed that pack is decided not to do Fire Node for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, because he's... That's not good.
That is not good.
Rip Ores are just added to the junk pool. So anytime the randomizer places a junk item, a Rip Ore can be there. And junk items are specifically items that, like, are not, like, they're consumable. Like heart pieces, for example, are not junk items because there are exactly 24 of them, and they all have to exist. But junk items don't all have to exist.
Well, an LMF would be interesting. So while it's nice that that pack decided to rush his required dungeon, Missing out on Fire Node might come back to haunt him. While LMF permits on key that unlock the 4 other bottles. Oh, that would be something interesting.
Say the least. Ah, there's boss key.
Boss key on Bellows. Somehow it fits. And there's a bottle!
Haha.
But Jasnix is cursed, so he can't even...
Oh yeah, you can use it.
He can't even use it right now. Not that he really has use for it in Lanayru. Alright, Alka. Show your locks folder. No, you cannot... I don't think you can deliver soup if you're cursed, because you don't have access to your bottle.
Well, but the act of delivering the soup never requires you to go into your pouch.
True, but like... I wonder if the game, like...
I kind of doubt it.
checks if you have access to your pouch or not. Oh wait, we got Cave's Key? Oh boy, we got Cave's Key and Sea Chart?
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. And depending on if Emerald Tablet's also here,
we're just a claw shot away from potentially seeing a...
He was gonna say, at least Jasnix has the benefit of already having gotten the LMF small key. I remember there was one time where I got Cave's Key and LMF, and I got very confused when I found out I couldn't, I couldn't open the small key door. Hey guys, fun fact, did you know that if you equip a bottle into a loading zone, you keep the bottle held in the loading zone? I'm doing a little all dungeons practice because I intend on doing it. And I just found... Ooh. Uh-oh. Yeah, just a little bit too far out.
Oh.
And again. Sucks especially because I don't think there's a lever for this platform. Okay, but he did blow in the correct side.
And Spiral Charge!
Alright.
That could potentially lead to our Sky Sots.
Watch it still be Kina.
Oh, I'd love it for it to be Kina.
Yeah, unfortunately this is super linear, except Earth Temple has been open this entire time, so... We'll have to see. What if Earth Temple has Amber Tablet? That would be class.
Impact getting his boss key. Yeah, right now I'd say Jasnix has a pretty solid lead right now. Like, not necessarily lead, but an advantage. But on the other hand, Pac does have more crystals, making him only 5 loose from 2 patrol checks.
Yeah, I would say not only does Jasnix have Harp, but he's also done both of the nodes, which Batman will probably feel obligated to do eventually.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have a good game over sound, and that just carries over if you disable the cutoff.
This is why things like this are why the cutoff are an option, but I guess everybody collectively decided that doing that is uncool.
I mean, I want to hear Zelda singing when I continue the game. Pac went to Sky from outside Fire Node, but didn't do Fire Node, which is very weird. Yeah, it's also nice to have 3 dragons singing Song of the Hero. Need game over.
I don't know. I think what's another good short death sound?
Probably one of my worst death sounds is the imprisoned intro.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, stuff like get common item are not possible.
Yeah, 'cause those are sound effects rather than music tracks. And there's Emmy!
Yeah, well,
You
saw
found
that coming.
Emerald Tablet. LMF is loaded. LMF was just packed this. Yeah, we could have Fire Shield Gun Mode. I have a feeling. I want to see Fire Sanctuary Boss Key be mitts locked. Also a very nice minecart ride from Jasnix.
only needs a shortcut. Ooh, that piece.
And there's the map.
Couldn't you figure that out by process of elimination?
I think so too, yeah, because Boss Key is already hinted dead. And I think you already got all the other checks, right? Other than Heart Container and Harp.
Miscalculation.
I'm pretty sure he realizes that now, but hindsight's always 20/20.
Hence why we're in 2022 and
yes.
you're new to Skyward Sword and you don't know what is going on.
Well, Rando is not the way to learn, but welcome.
Well, I mean, I recognize that name from Wind Waker Randomizer. I'm assuming they mean specifically Skyward Sword Rando.
Fair.
But could also be. But the point is, Jasnix is pretty squarely in the pretty squarely in the lead. As he's ahead in this dungeon and has So the runners are on hero mode just as part of the randomizer settings. But the fact that he has the Skyloft close is actually a cosmetic setting added by the randomizer. Fortunately, hero mode does not make you have the Skyloft close the entire time. That would be cool. But yeah, a little ASM patch just kind of switches the statement for like the story flag on Link's model.
I wish hero mode gave that option to still wear your casual clothes.
That'd be pretty
like
awesome.
Wind Waker. But yeah, that was a very good Moldarak fight. And we also have Peck, who had just gotten his Emerald tablet. So yeah, the seed definitely was screaming, "Go LMF!" Like now. And it's no surprise that you will be seeing Jasnix get Longsword here, as we have Sword Reward on ready settings.
How many minutes does Jasnix have on pack? A lot. Like probably at least 5 to 10.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably pretty accurate. True, and Peck has done like little to no thing in the desert.
Yeah, if he decides not to go to Fire Node.
Yes, the classic slashing and skyward striking in the minecart.
He's not scooping, he has a bottle. I'm sad. Unless he did scoop and I missed it.
Nice camera. I mean, I definitely still think that it might be a little too early to call.
Oh, right, curse.
Unless if Jasnix finds Fire Shield earrings, then I think that might.
What did the hint say? I missed it.
That it said one item had a Rupor and LMF facades.
I see.
Hollow Tree was dead and LMF facades.
How do you play the randomizer? You can play it by, I don't know how to describe it. Right, you can either USB load it, like, whenever you open the randomizer program, it will ask you for an ISO and randomize
your
file.
Legally dumped ISO. And
it'll create a WBFS file for you.
Yep, which you can either use in Dolphin or on your thing. On your
it's just random.com.
Homebrewed Wii.
We recommend using the latest master version, but I think we have the Season 2 version on there as well. Master
and
has...
Peck having trouble with the boss key.
This is the hardest boss key. Like,
I've since learned the trick on it, but yeah.
But yeah, anyway, you can either play the game on Wii with a USB loader, or you can play it on Dolphin.
And we have Gratitude Crystal Sky.
Most of our runners play on console just because Dolphin usually has worse motion controls.
And plus also, if you don't have like a decent PC, Dolphin can be very laggy.
That as well.
I'm just going back to Thunderhead for one more check. I'm not sure how I feel about this play.
I mean, he doesn't have very much else left to do.
Especially since we don't have, like, all the hints. Oh, there's Mints!
Well, there's a thing to do.
Okay, I retract my statement. Could be a very real possibility of Mints lock Mints.
What makes you think that? LMF was logically able to be beaten. I think those mitts are fine. Bottle didn't do anything yet. They can, in fact, they're probably the first mitts. Pac-Man opening up the, the LMF strat guide. And now the regular strat. Also, yeah, Bottle sucks. Jasnix also has Spiral Charge Rocks. Since we presumably haven't found Sky Slots yet.
I mean, Sky Slots could be Beetle. Not Beetle, Crystals. And there's there it is. There's our
Okay,
Sky
well,
Slots.
guess what? That is every dungeon except for Cistern in Logic right now. No.
Fancy's
not
on
not
the
FS.
menu.
Not FS. But the point is Saintship is on the menu now. Because, also, yeah, a lot of people did not know that these rocks existed until Rando. I did not know. I had no idea. But, yeah, it's a thing that Spiral Charge can do.
Yeah, I guess the game was like, oh, you have Spiral Charge, and you use it close enough to a rock? Okay, it's not there anymore. You can just dive right through it.
Presumably so that your bird doesn't, like, bonk on the rock as you're breaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a billion hints, and it's EUD off. For those who are unaware, there are actually 3 different hint distributions in play in this tournament. 4 of the settings use the regular 3-dungeon distro. Cubes uses its own distro, which is weaker, doesn't have path hints, for example, and EUD off has a stronger hint distro. So it's very likely we'll find out where earrings are soon enough. EUD off is the strongest distro. One of these days, Jasnix will have to drop off that cursed metal.
Yeah, I mean, like, there really is no use for Bottles and Farron, so makes sense why he didn't do it yet.
Do we have a false...
Yeah, true, Peck is leaving Lanayru.
Oh,
Fire Sanctuary Baron, that is a good hint.
Well, that also kind of contributes to the casino idea, but at least we know that that one's off the table. Well, yeah, but the fact that Fire Sanctuary is, like, factually barren, which means it doesn't have things like... It doesn't have Whip, doesn't have its own Magma Mitts.
It doesn't have crystals.
Yeah, it doesn't have crystals, all that stuff. Oh, and we're gonna see Rope Floria. This is an interesting setup.
I actually was practicing Rope Floria before my race with Jim. Didn't go well, but I got it like twice. And then Farron ended up having like nothing in it, except for endgame.
Yeah, and no Tiamat. Words hardly... I'm not sure why Jasnix is aiming so far to the left, or to the right with that rope jump, but it seems to work. In my experience, aiming farther to the left, like, I like to have the rope be, like, tangent to the log. So you can see it touch almost at one point. And that way you'll get a 2-hand grab, or a 2-arm grab, whatever the faster one is called. The point of this is that if he gets it correctly, like right here, he can run directly to the Lake Floria, or rather the Floria waterfall entrance. Because this game has like approximately too many ways to get to Lake Floria early. It's the requirement of having to talk to Yerbil, use the water scale to swim through and all that stuff. And False Wall is dead, so no magma mitts.
And Skyward Trial has Bottle, I believe.
Yeah.
I read that correctly. So, not required. Yeah, that Rope Floria setup.
Farron Trial has a spare sword.
The sword is our one spare sword.
Yeah, we're not going to be seeing TMS from anybody. Yeah, we only played one runner sound because it would get quite cacophonous if we were to play them both at the same time.
Yeah.
It's funny because the Farron Trial sword hint was also placed right next to a hint that tells you Dude's power is dead. So it's like, even if somehow you couldn't do Skyview, there's no point in getting the sword.
So yeah, that Rope Floria trick that Jasnix did is definitely one of the harder of the ways to access Lake Floria early.
Although I do kind of have to say, I'm not sure if I agree with doing it since he has claw shots.
True.
Especially since he has to run all the way back here to...
So usually it's reserved for more of the experienced runners who have the confidence to go for it. But there's a much simpler fence hop trick.
I specifically,
that is much easier to pull off.
It's like baby's first speedrunning trick.
Yeah.
Hopping that little fence that...
yeah.
It's funny because in HD,
opening the gates in
HD, Rope Floria was patched. Fence hop was not.
And we have a Song of the Hero part. That Jasnix is
headed back into
pick that up.
So, all eyes on, on both of them, of course, because they're both doing new things, but Pac-Man especially, because if Sandsea is useless, this is, like, all but over.
Ooh, nice claw shot sync.
Yeah, no, in Rando, in this Season 2 version, none of the Song of the Hero is present anywhere, but in later versions, like in the current Master Branch, Lanayru Gorge is a thing. You can get the Life Fruit and give it to the Thunder Dragon, but you don't have to, like, do the minecart escort. Complete a Song of the Hero opens the Skyloft trial.
Magma Turf Sods. That was our bombs, I think.
Bombs.
Yeah, that was our bombs.
But do bombs lock claw shots? Is the question.
Bombs lock Harp.
They do. And Harp didn't do anything. No, but if bombs lock claw shots, then... Spiral Charge was... I don't remember. I know it was not a bomb lock check because the short
West chest? I want to say West room?
Wait, bombs lock claw shots? Are you sure? Oh yeah, they must have, because bombs locked to the second beetle in Elden. Yeah. So Turf Sots is not the Turf Sots is not
not bombs?
Not the bomb bag. They could be earrings, but it also could be magma mitts. Unfortunately, Pac-Man is not the not in a good position to see that hint, because he's going to do Sandsea anyway.
Magma Turf is a sub-area in Elden Volcano. I don't remember where Goddess was.
Oh,
or Bell was.
Yes, it was, actually. Okay.
Just have a very nice cube warp from
Yeah, so basically, in that first cube, the game obviously doesn't expect you to,
barren and looks like Kina's crystals.
Doesn't expect you to be hitting the cube from down there, and there's like that cube is special, it's the first one, so it has a cutscene with Link there, and then the Goron talks to him, and the game will just kind of like position you there. That's Keyboard.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. Oh wait, I think did both of our runners do
You get Bo in this situation. Good question, actually. If I were Jasnix, I mean, you really want to rush hints, but to be fair, Jasnix has seen all the hints in Farron. So if he wants to get hints, he has to go to Lanayru. Or that one hint tonight. It sucks because when you're looking for earrings, you're down 2 hint stones. You can't get the ones at the summit.
the hints make it easy to find items that you may need.
Speaking of hints, Pac-Man is going straight for them. It's like he's also missing, though. Skipping skippers makes sense. Hints are technically not needed for anything, but like they'll tell you various information. Like one type of hint, Spirit of the Sword, means that an item in that region is logically required to beat the game. Path is the same, but it'll tell you if you need an item to beat a specific dungeon boss. Some hints will tell you, like, on some locations, like, specifically Levias, the boss key chest in LMF, and the chest after the bombable wall in Fire Sanctuary are always hints because they're quite annoying. And so you'll always be told what that item is. Some things are sometimes hints. The trials, like the Silent Realms, are always hints. Yeah. Hints will basically give you some useful information about the seed and earrings still could be hinted. And the nice thing about earrings is that one of the hint types is the item hint. There's like a list of some items that will tell you what region that item is in. And earrings is one of those items.
And it looks like Lanayru Child's dead, and Spirit has what do you have again? I forgot. Dang it. Hylian Shield, yeah.
Well, thankfully the runners already have hash browns. Oh, and he's gone. Just wanted to hit.
I mean, I don't blame him for wanting to rush hints, because really, like, he's looking for Fire Shield earrings and harp.
He's in the same spot, but
he doesn't have harp.
That harp, yeah. Map is just a useless check. Yeah, I think Fireworks microphone just kind of, that's when the noise gate gets lifted. It, like that.
Yeah, my air conditioner.
Probably not.
Thankfully, it only happens when I talk, and not all the time like it used to.
Yeah, I found out I watched one of my Twitch VODs, and I had like this fan running on full blast next to me, and you could just hear like this low rumbling every couple of seconds. Somehow nobody told me.
Actually, it's like 67 degrees. I'm actually going to turn the AC off.
Lucky you. Next week it's going to be in like upper 90s for me. Anyway, Pac-Man getting bodied by a Ikubaba here. We're just going to continue. It looks like he's skipping 3 eyes for now. Also, yes, unfortunately I live in Fahrenheit land. For you Celsius people, that's like 35 plus.
Alrighty, that has been taken care of, and I see that Jasnix now has the complete Song of the Hero, even though Skyloft Child's dead. Love to see it.
My headcanon is that earrings are an Earth Temple, and everybody's gonna forget about it.
I would like to believe that earrings are... I want earrings to be on, like, Telus Heart Container.
That would be pretty yikes. We can see because it's EUD off, despite the fact that Sand Ship is not a required dungeon, you will still get sometimes hints for your unrequired dungeons. We could find out if Tento's Heart Container has the earring.
Oh, if earrings are Bat 50, that would be oof.
Yeah, Bat 50 when you've never had to... I think neither runner has gone to Patrol.
Yeah, no runner has dipped Patrol yet. H.
There's the H. So named because it looks like... Of course.
Also, at this point, I want to thank our trackers, J-Dude and DA Lucifer, for paying attention so the commentators don't have to.
We work hard so you don't have to. H.
Yes, H. For a second, that, like, 3 seconds of silence in the Giram fight just was very unnerving. J-Dude and DA Lucifer are the two that we currently have running the trackers. So every little update you see on their inventory, that is them working behind the scenes.
It's surprisingly difficult. Although the nice thing is that Skyward Sword, like, it's not as bad as like tracking in Wind Waker, where like sometimes they'll store an item and you have to wait until they open their inventory to see what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, we've mentioned Sword Ward a few times, so basically you'll notice that the runners only have longsword, but they, whenever you, like, the setting, one of the settings we have enabled...
There's Fire Street earrings!
Oh.
Oh, that is...
Yeah, so for example, we consider Jasnix to be in Go mode, despite the fact that he only has longsword, because there will be a sword at the end of all of the required dungeons.
I mean, he might not be Go mode just yet, because we are still logically missing block moments.
Yeah, this is not the kind of seed, like, Pac-Man, Go mode means that you have all
False
the
Wall
items...
is dead? Oh, yeah.
You have all the items that you need to beat the game, and you're just like doing required stuff until the end.
Yeah. True, moments are useless.
So yeah. This is
probably one of the fastest EUD off seeds I've ever seen.
I believe Pac-Man chose EUD off in this matchup, but this is not the kind of seed that you want in that situation. There were none of the unrequired dungeons were required.
Also, so the question is like, where is Fire Sanctuary boss key?
I'm going to say second chest and water pod room.
Because False Wall is an always hint, Lucifer. I want to say boss key is on Platt's chest.
That's just okay. Alright, so I kind of brought this to light previously, but since False Wall is an always hint, most of the time you know that specific check is or does not have the boss key. And if False Wall does not have the boss key, the roughly 10% chance that it has the boss key is discarded. So 35% becomes more like 39% chance of the boss key being hook beetle locked. Hence my bet on second chest and water pod room.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
definitely gonna be interesting.
Shoutouts to the 3 people that put a little bit of points on not a single one, getting a 38.63 times payout.
Oh, I wish I bet. I forgot to bet on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a very 3D standard seed for EUD off. I'm still questioning why Pac left Laneru from Fire Node and didn't do Fire Node. Yeah, no, DA, he went to Petrus. Yeah, at this point, it definitely is Jasnix's race to lose. And now we're gonna see Peck doing the Beetle Flight to open up Skyview to warp him over to avoid the Walk of Shame. And thank you for checking the hint stone for us, Jasnix. Yeah, EUD off 2 dungeons actually having progression. You'll love to see it. Well, I can tell you one chest that won't have boss key, and that's this first chest right here, because this is always guaranteed, unless it is key sanity. This chest is always guaranteed to have a small key. Which chest is second water pod? Second water pod is second water pod. Oh, to see if Skyview wasn't required. That would be fun. That would have been fun. Oh, the casino we would have had for fire shield earrings. So now it's all just a question of where is this boss key? And for those of you who do not know this dungeon, there's the boss key. Okay, it was the second chest. That is very good for Jasnix. We have the queue. Wow, alright. This was a jet seed. But for those of you who don't know, there is a way to warp to right around the halfway point of the dungeon. And we often see runners picking whether or not they want to do the first half or the second half. Boss keys, unless you are doing key sanity, are locked to their own dungeon. We do have a key sanity setting in this tournament where boss keys could be anywhere, but usually they are in their own dungeon. And welcome on in, Raiders. We are doing some Skyward Sword Randomizer. And yes, Jasnix is doing back in time. He is currently going to activate the statue that's inside Fire Sanctuary. So that way he can just go right to the boss room and skip all of the dungeon. You'll see him reveal a red rupee, which will tell the game, hey, the statue's supposed to be active, activate it. True, this is a very interesting thing. Mitts, I do not believe is required. Mitts is not required. Yes, going to the menu is the glitch that we know as back in time. It allows you to manipulate certain values within the game and make things happen. Like, right now, Jasnix would normally not be able to, be here right now, as that statue usually is not a active fast travel point. But by manipulating the game's flags, he's able to activate it from that menu screen and skip right to the end of the dungeon. Harp is always required. In all settings in this tournament, Harp is always required. So he is still missing that from being Go mode. The Ruby activates the statue because it causes an update to the game, which marks the improper flag to be proper. Pretty much it causes an update to the game, and so now it accepts the fact that the statue is activated. It doesn't have to be the rupee. It could be just any flag. Like he could have dug a dig spot later on that reveals the fairy. Just anything that causes the flags to update. It sounds like it is Lake Floria. A very clean fight for Jasnix. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very jet seed. Like definitely the fastest UD off seed that we probably have ever seen. Also, we had Pac do the bit warp to bypass the small key. Looks like. And there is Jasnix getting his final sword. Yes, that health refill was very nice. Yeah, this may be the fastest seed that we have seen in Season 2 so far. From an EUD off seed, no less. Yeah, no, none of the settings that we have for this seed is UD off. Jasnix just left Fire Sanctuary. UD off mean empty unrequired dungeons. The setting in the randomizer, usually if a dungeon is not required, it will have no items you need to progress. However, this setting is disabled in this race, even though as it turned out, no unrequired dungeon actually had anything useful. So it played like an EUD on seed. And there's Pac-Man getting his H. And we have Jasnix entering endgame, which means likely sometime within the next, like, 8 minutes or so, we might have a finish.
I think the boss key was nice. Oh,
What was that?
did I take it the boss key was nice?
Yeah, it was second chest.
I was a few chests too late.
I think Jasnix grabbed a fairy. I hope he did.
I mean, even if so, we know he's got plenty of time to burn.
Yeah. Question is, will he get Horde skip? He does. Very cleanly. Yeah, like, this is definitely, like... I had wiped my schedule for, like, the next 4 hours, and ends up being to see this fast.
Yeah. I'll be able to get plenty more all dungeons practice in before my run.
Yeah, can all actually go to bed on time at a reasonable hour? If you're in later time zones?
Unless, of course, Pac-Man decides to finish out the season.
Also, that was a
he
weird
shouldn't be.
arrow text box.
I would say he shouldn't be too far off, but he's still missing a harp.
Yeah, he is still missing harp, and sadly there is no way to get around needing harp. Harp is always hard required in these settings.
Unless you want to, like, go to, I don't know, a specific version of the rando that probably doesn't even exist in the master commit history, but a specific version where Gorge support was added, but before the boss rush was taken out. You just do good. You just do good. That's how to skip part. The harp is needed to raise the gate of time,
Which is needed
which is
to
required
get to the demise.
Yeah, get to the pass to defeat demise. See, many months ago, you had to go play the Ballad of the Goddess with Impa to raise the Gate of Time. But that was a minute-long cutscene. Some people didn't like it, and so I made some patches to get rid of it. I wish I were able to create this randomizer all on my own now. The Skyward Sword Rando is an open source project. Many people have contributed. The main developer is Lepelog, but others like Copernicus, CJ, myself, Battlecats, a bunch of people have made patches to this randomizer.
Yeah, it is a very huge team project, and one we were all very thankful for.
One of the bigger things in the pipeline, if you've seen Null in chat, they've been working on a logic rewrite, where we made with graph logic. It uses assumed fill instead of front fill, and and it's very exciting. So we're all waiting on that. But
Yeah, it looks
there is
like
one
it's not
thing-
going to be sub 130, unfortunately.
One thing you can do, even if you have no programming experience, is test. Test all the beta features. It would be much appreciated. Assumed fill basically means that... So right now the way logic works is the game starts with nothing and sees all the locations that you can reach with nothing and places items there. And then after it places that item, it sees, alright, well, with all the items that I can reach right now, what can I reach? And places an item there. And so on and so forth. The problem with that is that you'll see the Sphere Zero items. Those are the items, or the checks that you can reach with nothing, every single time an item is placed, which means it often is very front-loaded. However, Assumed Fill starts off by assuming you have everything.
And that is
Places an item that you can
Jasnix.
reach with all those items.
Finishing with an
GG.
official race time of 1:30:54.
And I'm guessing Pac-Man forfeited. I don't.
And
have
yes,
the memo.
Pac has forfeited. So, very shortly, we should be traveling through time, because this happened 10 minutes ago, and our racers should be joining us. And
Yeah,
I see one of them. Hello, Jasnix. GG's.
I don't even know what that seed was. That was just that was just
The
speed.
standard seed with Sword Reward.
Pretty much, yeah. There wasn't really much empty unrequired dungeons or extra dungeons to go to. That was
Not that there wasn't many, there was just none.
Yeah. No.
I mean, of everything I skipped this seed, my tracker says I have 103 locations remaining, and I skipped the back half of Eldin, Sandsea, Clawshot Lanayru
Yeah.
checks, everything on Skyloft past Skyloft 1.
Yeah, blame Muzu.
That was
I was hoping.
Betrol was barren too, like...
Yeah.
yeah, Betro. I was like, when I was entering that the earrings casino, I got super nervous because like, okay, this is where I can lose like so much time, but I'm gonna just rush dungeons because that's what I know how to do. And it turns out it absolutely like paid off this seed. That was the absolutely correct play.
I was hoping. I was hoping earrings would be an Earth Temple.
I was
Why
hoping
would you
earrings
think
would be
such-
insane shit.
Why do you guys you guys do not like me, it seems.
Even
You
better.
just want suffering.
Sand ship on the Tentalus Heart container because Bo is there.
Oh yeah. that was certainly
I mean,
something.
we wanted chat to win. I feel like chat kind of got ripped off today.
They really did. That was I see Pac still was not even in Go mode when I finished. It was kind of a destructive victory.
I mean,
Well,
he
okay,
was,
so the
he
main
was Go
problem
mode
is-
minus Harp.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he left Lanayru.
From Fire Node. From the Fire Node statue.
Oh
Didn't
god.
actually, do fire.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, he orphaned both nodes despite both of you having Hook Beetle going into Lanayru.
Yeah, it's a very questionable play, honestly.
To be fair, he's probably like doing the anti-U meta. It's like,
Yeah.
what,
fair.
what can I do that this guy won't do?
Yeah.
Maybe
So
worse.
this is a prime example of metagaming gone wrong.
Yeah, so
I mean,
he
me doing more ended up working out in the end.
Yeah, so yeah, Peck instead decided to rush LMF, and LMF was loaded, so I can fully
Yeah.
understand like the logic there of just going back after LMF to go somewhere else, since if you get that many progression items in one location, you know, you kind of start to think like maybe that's it, maybe it's all tapped out.
Yeah, I mean, when I don't know, at least for me, I was kind of just thinking that, like, I didn't kind of realize how close I was to Go mode with all the paths, and then Once I got everything, I was like, wait a minute, I'm literally just earrings. But I didn't really consider, I didn't consider skipping anything on Nehru, definitely. That was just, that did not even pass my mind. It's like, there's gotta be at least one thing here, and there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sky Sots was Claw Shots. That was on a Spiral Charge Rock. There were 2 LMF Sots hints. One that was on Temple of Time statue, and that applied to Spiral Charge. I was so panicking when I found Cave's Key and was so hoping that it would not be that.
And commentators were hoping it would be that.
It's so funny that when you got Bomb Bag, it was Earth Temple in a bottle, and then you got Hook Beetle right after.
Yeah, that was interesting. I guess I could have actually done Earth Temple at that point.
And C-Chart was like in Goddess statue.
Yeah, C-Chart. That was also scary. That was not something you like to see. Yeah, did anyone find Whip?
Whip was not found.
Not found, wow.
No one found Whip. No one found Bugnet, sadly.
Did anyone find Scale?
Scale was also not found.
Scale Casino. Scale Casino shows up even if you don't need it.
Wait, you got Scale hinted?
Guess we both missed that.
Yeah, Beetle had Horn Colossus Beetle. That was great.
Oh yeah, those 5 checks
Beetle
on
50.
Those 5 checks on Beetle's shop were like staring at me in the face the whole time. But I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I was surprised that you didn't check that. Beetle only had vanilla crystals, so you didn't miss much on that. And I think first 100 was junk, but no one bought. Like Pack didn't buy first 100, so
nobody
don't know where it was.
Yeah, honestly, it never I kind of just didn't, because I wanted to do another Skyloft trip. I was gonna go there after Skyview if I hadn't gotten earrings by that point.
Yeah, but then you got earrings.
Then I got earrings. Yeah, it just ended up being that I had things that I wanted to prioritize more than I wanted to prioritize Skyloft. Because also, for a long time, I didn't have Claw Shots, and I really wanted the hint. Like, if I was gonna go back, I did want that hint, and also money, which I also was kind of low on at the start. So
they do play on the same seed.
And also, can we just talk about the fact that in EUD off seed, the fastest dungeon was Fire Sanctuary?
that was that's like the second time ever I've seen that FSBK location. I love it. Such a nice little FSBK. It's like you hard punish everyone who does back half first, and you don't even need like Hook Beetle or anything. It's just great. Yeah. It's glorious. It's simply amazing.
Yeah, no Hook Beetle, no Mets.
Literally nothing.
Just grab and go, and then do the statue RPM.
Yeah, I was already feeling confident in my chances when I found the earrings, and then after I saw that boss key, I'm like, yeah, I don't think there's a way I lose this. The biggest thing I was worried about was a FS full clear because I was gonna do front half first either way. And I was worried about an FS full, if I end up last location in the boss key. But as soon as I got that, I was kind of like, yeah, I probably have this one. I don't really know how I would have lost this much time.
Yeah.
So
the main part where it's like, okay, this race is pretty much decided was when Pack orphaned Harp, and just couldn't make up that time.
Yeah, opening that is.
It was pretty close regardless. You always kind of had a tiny lead, but a couple slip ups here and there, definitely could have made the race go much differently. And Pack's comment on race time has me dead. Yeah, this truly was not an EUD offseed.
Yeah, I will say I do want to publicly apologize to all the EUD off people. I did ban EUD off in every single match of the Swiss bracket. I apologize. It was unfounded. I deeply regret my actions. I should not have judged it so at face, as Sword Reward is simply glorious. Great setting, great settings. Love it. Yes, clip it. Yes, I want to announce to the world that I apologize.
Not to
UD
mention,
off is a fine setting.
not to mention the hints are way stronger.
Yeah, this was, as we said in commentary many times, this is a 3D standard seed with sword reward.
Yeah, pretty much.
And one of the required dungeons was Baron, so
I mean, to be fair, that was like the useless Baron hint though, since that was my like. As soon as I got earrings, I was just in go mode. There's no way I was gonna actually an FS.
Everybody go hide the VOD between me and Muzu before Jasnix finds out.
I played my fair share of bad UD off seeds too. I think it was a race I did against Pac. I think it's just me, just us. Pac, we had LMF, and we were in go mode theoretically if you did Bellows list, but it was in Westrum. So Pac went on the Bellows adventure, and I went to go find Bellows. I won, but only after completing 5 dungeons. And then Pac, he did eventually get the boss key Bellows list, but I mean, Westrum is one of the worst possible locations. Because also map chest had the small key. It was nasty. That was a horrid series of seed that nobody found enjoyment out of, unlike this one.
yeah, this, like, of all the seeds that we've seen so far, I think this is probably like the fast. It definitely was the fastest seed, and from an EUD off seed, no less.
Yeah, is this the fastest season 2 seed?
I
In general?
want to say so.
Actually, okay, no, that's wrong. The fastest seed was that EUD off seed Muzu rolled. That I got a 105 on that one.
Oh yeah.
But and that was close to a sub 1. I think I died to Horde. But
Yeah.
Well,
like,
then I guess
that seed was incredible, but this one was not nearly as stupid. Like,
so. I guess
fast,
Muzu
but...
is banned from rolling EUD off seeds.
Oh no, Muzu. I want to quickly apologize to you too. I was very angry at Muzu. I'm sorry. I take it back. I specifically told Muzu that you should roll so Alka doesn't. Imagine where we would be if Alka rolled the seed. I'd probably still be playing.
No, Muzu, you are now banned from rolling EUD off seeds, and for the sake of chat, for the sake of chat, because chat completely got ripped off this time.
I mean, if you play a normal seed, you should be playing right now.
True.
Like, even if it was a 2-hour J seed, you would still be playing right now. So, yeah. So, yeah, GG's for this match. You are now going to winner bracket round 2 against, I don't remember who, but probably one of the 2 people that didn't play.
Yeah, I believe I'm playing the winner of Lepalog versus Mario Runner.
Ooh, big match.
Big match. That's an exciting one. I don't think it's been scheduled, but that's definitely one to look out for.
Yeah, it will probably be the last match of the round 1. So yeah.
Shoutouts to Europe.
Let's see here. Whose brackets are still like in the lead? Pretty much everybody's brackets are still pretty much intact.
I'm pretty sure everybody voted for this match result.
Everyone believes.
So yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Pac.
Yeah, I think aren't there like 3 matches tomorrow?
I believe there are, yeah. Or there's 2. I think it's your match, EL, and KitCon versus Raid.
Yeah, that's
both should be very interesting races.
Yeah. So GG's for today, and thanks to your Average Link and Fireworks Spinner for being on commentary today, and also big thanks to Da Lucifer and G-Dude for tracking. So yeah, we have also quite a lot of matches left for this round 1. We have G-Dude versus Your Average Link tomorrow at 5 PM UTC, but just before that we will have KitKat versus Raid Spinel at 2 PM UTC. And on Sunday, we have Muzu versus 64-bit Link, probably the closest match of the round 1. So it's Sunday, 5 PM UTC. And 2 more matches that are not scheduled yet, between Lepelog and Mario, and TJ versus Esme. So
Very
yeah,
exciting.
big thanks to both of our runners today. And yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. Thanks everyone, and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.